Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons. Sign up to become a member of the Shannons Club, Kenworth Trucks Australia, Pace Farm Eggs, and Dasmac, shipping your classic car from the world to your doorstep.
Oh, back on the road again, thanks to Shannons, and thought we'd start the day out. I went into Denny's there and had a cup of coffee to contemplate the day ahead. We've got around about a 40-kilometre distance to drive from Elizabethtown in Kentucky to a place where the lady behind the desk at reception at the motel didn't even really know where it was that we were going. So I don't know, you can read into that which way you want to. So it's I think it's going to be an interesting day. Of course, this trip is a big thanks to Shannons, crossing parts of the United States of America for 2025. And you're watching this content exclusively on Classic Restos. Well, here we are. We made it. This is what it's all about, isn't it? Checking out the junkyards in the regional areas. It's where the classic vehicles are parked up for their final days. Well, welcome to Lyons Vintage Junkyard. In this week's episode of Classic Restos, crossing parts of the United States for 2025, and of course, it's a big thanks to Shannons. In the rolling farm country of central Kentucky, we find a place called Loretto. We have one historic attraction near here, and that's the Maker's Mark distillery that was founded in the early 19th century. About a half a packet of beef jerky away from the booze is Lyons Vintage Junkyard. Now, although this old shine-running part of the country is known for its distilleries, there's classic car folk that might just appreciate an inventory of almost 300 vintage vehicles. Hold my glass, because this is where the power of the classic iron opens up, and Lyons Vintage Junkyard might be worth a look. You see, this is where it all started. There was a young fella born in 1966 named David Lyon, and he started collecting hubcaps when he was a kid. Hubcaps led to working on car bodies, which led to his old car salvage business. Now, Fletch is here. Around the year of 1990, this patch of grass was available, so David did what most of us probably would have if we could have, and that is bought it and started his old car junkyard. You know what I like? This salvage yard is a very tidy yard with no loose parts scattered around to trip over. David keeps the place well groomed, and that just makes things easier to get around and take a look. Well, here we are. How are you, David? How you doing?
Fine, Fletch. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. You live in a paradise out here.
Well, thank you.
I couldn't imagine you living in the city.
No, I've tried it once for 3 months, and that was enough.
It wasn't you?
No.
No, I don't think it would have been. And look at how you're set up here. You've got your sheds and just peace and quiet. We're in central Kentucky, and what a beautiful place to be.
Yep.
So how long have you actually been here with your body shop?
I've lived here. Well, I bought this place in 1990, and I started the body shop in, I think, 98.
Yep.
But I actually closed it in 09, and now I just run the junkyard.
Yeah, okay. So you do your body fabrication work in this shed here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's obviously the office as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little office.
And how often are you shipping parts out of here?
Daily.
Every day?
Most every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I was just doing when you walked in was going to Missouri.
Yeah, right, okay. And is there any particular makes of cars that you sell more parts of?
Yeah, probably my best seller is the 67 through 72 Chevy pickup trucks.
Yep.
I got 12 of them back there, and I sell a lot off of them.
And how do you find getting stock? Is it still readily available?
No, it's slowing down. It's running out.
Starting to thin out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be a bit of a worry. When someone tells you that in the regional parts of the United States of America, it's kind of makes you start appreciating what we have and preserving what is left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get people ask me all the time about what you crush when metal was high. I'm like, you can't find it no more. Why would I want to crush it?
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing too. You might often think it's sad to see a car sitting in a paddock, but at least it's a form of some life.
Yes.
I'd rather it sitting there than going to a crusher, like you say.
Definitely.
You know. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So David, what's going on with the 55 back there?
I bought that 23 years ago for myself, and it's slowly getting restored, but very slow.
Yeah. Did you say 23 years?
23 years.
Yeah, you got to take your time doing a restoration, don't you?
Well, it's mostly the money thing and the time to work on it.
Sure. And a good body to begin with, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah. This is the beautiful part about this. At least you're in the game to be able to help that restoration as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
My life is hot rods, designing them, building them, and racing them. If you're into rods or customs, you'll know what I mean. It's all about passion, purity, and soul.
Customs and hot rods like the SoCal Roadster is what we do.
And insurance for cars like ours is what Shannons do.
Rods, customs, and even your daily drive. Call Shannons on 134646.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
Like us.
If you own a classic or two, make sure they are insured with Shannons. Perhaps you might be after some laid-up cover. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote and a chat on 134646. And don't forget the Shannons Club. For more information, visit shannons.com.au.
Well, classic cars is just something I've liked since I was a little kid. They just got style. They're made of better metal, and I just don't like new cars. I'll ride in them, but I'd prefer an old one. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes you want to make them, like I'm gonna put air in my 55 Chevy, but and I put disc brakes on it, but other than that, I'm leaving about everything else original.
How cool is this, David? I've had to put the Westinghouse fan in frame. Tell us about that. How old is that?
Probably back in the 50s, I imagine, and it still works fine.
Still running today.
Yeah.
That's a testament for the old stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, David, behind us, you got your number plate collection. What's going on there? What can you tell us about that?
Well, I was born in '66, so I collected all 50 states in 1966. It took me about 20 years to get them all, but I got every one of them.
Good on you. Well done. Have you got a favourite? Is there a favourite? Oh, I suppose that goes without saying. Your favourite state would have to be here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then I even got it in the county I live in, Marion.
Wow.
The Kentucky plate there.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So, David, how many acres have you got here on the property?
18 3/4 acres.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, before we go down the back and show you the treasures, which I have not seen yet, memorabilia, some tins, where'd you get them from?
A lot of them I found in cars that I brought in. Some of them I've bought just to fill that shelf up, but most of them come out of cars.
Yeah, you must have found some amazing stuff over the years in the trunks.
Yes, oh yeah.
Yeah, and the trunks always tell a story too, don't they? If you see mechanical parts in there, that'll pretty well let you know what maybe happened to the car.
Yeah. I find that a lot, old head or intake.
Yeah. Well, this is another very interesting part of David's property. This is the junkyard, or the salvage yard out the back, where there's just over 305 cars are here. David, here we are down the back, peace and quiet. Do you ever come down here just to get away from it all? Well, I guess you're away from it all anyway.
No, not really, but I mean, I do still enjoy coming back here even looking at them. You know, it's almost like a car show.
Yeah. And just give us a rundown on some of the vehicles you have here.
I got a little bit of everything. I try to buy anything I can get in the 70s or older, but I do have some newer cars, but I don't favor the newer ones, but I'll sell parts off of it to other people. And
you have people coming in and just wanting entire cars, or mainly just parts?
It's more parts than anything, but I do sell the cars on the front. They're with titles and buildable.
So you got no specific brand, just right across the big three pretty well?
Well, I have Studebakers and Packards and the Internationals, but mainly I have more Fords and Dodges and Chevys. And all these newer vans you see I got sitting around are storage vans. I got them full of parts. There's a 57 Mercury, 59 Ford pickup truck, F100. Got a 51 Chevy 4-door sedan, a 50 Chevy Fleetline, about a 53 Chevy truck cab, a 53 Oldsmobile 98, 73 Dodge Dart, another 73 Dodge Dart, a 65 Wildcat, 53 Chevy, a 78 Malibu, a 73 Maverick. I got 6 Volkswagens here in a row, Beetles. They're all 68 through 74s. And then here's a 53 Chevy, 63 Corvair, 47 Chevy, 78 Cutlasses, couple of them. A little bit of a 54 Chevy, a 53 Ford Victoria, 73 Ford truck, couple 56 Fords. There's a real rough 57 4-door hardtop Belvedere, 63 Ford Galaxy, 64 Chevy truck. Got a pair of 65 Ford T-Birds, a 66 Falcon, a 63 Buick Special, 74 Malibu, a 51 Pontiac, and a 78 Chevy pickup C10. I probably sold to every state in the United States, sent parts to it. And then countries, I've sold to several countries. I've had Australia people here, I've had Sweden, I've had Cubans, Canadians, and New Zealand. I've had several different country people here, and they all been Germans. They all been nice, and they like the car hobby, and we seem like we all get along. 65 Buick Special convertible, a 38 O's, a 55 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, a little bit of a 49 Ford, and a 48 Buick, 77 I think LTD2, S10 Blazer, 78 Bonneville, 63 Mercury Monterey, 64 GMC, a 56 Mercury, 53 Plymouth, a little bit of a Trans Am, 53 Chevy, a 50 Chevy Fleetline, a 54 Pontiac, a 56 O's, 63 Falcon, a 65 Corvair, a 72 El Camino, 56 O's, 73 Ford pickup truck, another Studebaker 5051, a 50 Ford, 63 Impala, 57 Chevy wagon, 56 Chevy Bel Air 4-door, and a 56 2-door 210, a 48 Dodge, a 47 Plymouth, 93 Camaro, a 46 Mercury, and a 41 Chevy, a 67 Bel Air, 72 Chevy truck, 77 Malibu wagon, a 71 Chevy truck, a 57 Chevy 4-door, and this pile of trees right there is a 31 Chevy car. That's what's left of it. Yeah, a 50 Dodge pickup, a 62 Buick Skylark, 66 Galaxy, Ford Galaxy, a 37 Plymouth, and then another 55 Cadillac 4-door sedan, 61 or 2 T-Bird, 72 Chevy truck, a 54 O's 98, a 50 Ford Crestliner, 49 Buick, a 51 Chevy, a 65 F85, and a rare 61 Corvair wagon, 69 Chevy truck, 86 Camaro, a 64 Ford Custom, 69 I think T-Bird, a 52 Chevy, 71 Torino, an old 54 Chevy truck frame and motor and running gear, 65 Buick, a 51 Chevy, a 62 Falcon, an 83 Firebird, a 72 Dodge Polara, a 51 Plymouth, a 49 Plymouth, and a 73 Dodge Charger, another 49 Plymouth, a 58 Ford, a 64 Bonneville wagon, and a 54 Chevy. Bottom to top, the 48 Buick, a 49 Buick in the middle, and a 50 at the top Buick. All of them are four-door cars. That's a 69 GMC, a 49 Ford F3, an Etzel, a 59 model, a 69 Ford F100, and a 71 F250, I think. And then a 69 Ford LTD or a Galaxy, I believe, a 48 Plymouth, a 64 Ford truck, and I'm thinking that's a 59 Studebaker Lark.
When I was a kid, I loved cars, still do. The 57 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham was the most advanced car in the world. Cost more than a Rolls. Hand-built with a stainless steel roof, cruise control, electric seats, and would you believe, air suspension. American iron. It's a passion Shannons understand. That's why they insure my daily drive, the caddy, my bike, even the house.
Get a quote online or call 13 46 46. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
Your story began in 1971. It's part of an endless tapestry that tells the story of our nation. It connects innovators to artisans, forests to houses, from the largest of operations to the smallest of outcomes. It's heritage. It's a legacy.
The first car I really wanted was my daddy and uncle used to buy and sell and trade cars. You know, not a lot. They didn't have a big car lot, but they'd keep one or two at all time. And they had somebody come in and traded in a 47 Chevy. And this was back in the 70s. And I wanted Daddy to keep that car for me. I was about 12 or 13. He said, I can't hold it that long. We need to get rid of it. But I remember that one pretty well, and I kind of liked it, but just because it was old. But he went on and sold it. Fletch, this is my building that I keep all my extra parts in. I got old rims and hubcaps hanging around that I bought at auctions, and some of them come in trunks of cars. If they don't belong to that car, I'll just bring them up here and hang them up. And they're for sale. This is my tractor. I use that to pull my cars around, pull motors with, and was using it to keep my field mowed, but my mower broke down, so now I just use it to drag everything around. This is my parts car for my 55 Chevy. The rafters are full of parts, all kinds of new and older stuff. Well, I don't really know a lot of history. I bought it from a guy that he had bought it from somebody. He'd done like me, bought and sold cars, but I bought it to use parts for mine. And at the time I had an empty spot in here, so I just parked it in here because it's easier than having to run back in the field every time I need a part. I don't know how many people's tried to buy it, but it ain't for sale. I got parts in barrels and buckets and piles on the floor and that I bought from people I haven't had time to sort through yet. This old bench seat here, somebody made. I got it out of a garage that was in Loretto. When it closed down, I bought it at the auction. He'd made a wooden frame and a back seat out of like a 62 Impala. And I've been wanting to restore it and put it out in my main shop for customers to sit down, but I ain't never done it. It's just piles of parts for sale. I don't know what all's there. I haven't had time to organize it. A little at a time. There's a lot of stuff back in the 30s, 40s, 50s. And then I got some NOS stuff. Here's a NOS quarter panel for a 82 to 92 Camaro. Brand new GM. Collecting old oil cans and stuff to resell. I found them in these cars and whatnots. A little bit of everything. They're my spares for my car. They're not for sale, but they're 55 Chevy. More parts that I bought that I ain't got to go through yet. Slowly sorting through them little by little. Here's a whole shelf. It's got a lot of newer and older radios on it. All kinds of different things. Here's a brand new muffler for a Ford. On this top shelf, I got all kinds of different breathers, all different sizes and different makes. Chevrolet and Ford and I don't know what all. Stack of hubcaps I've picked up over the years. Dwindling down a little, but they just don't sell real good anymore. On this rack, I keep a lot of everything, but mostly chrome off of old cars. On the top, there's a lot of rocker panel moldings. and then a little bit of everything. There's an old grill, and there's inner fender flares, and there's a dash pad for, I think, a Mustang. Most everything that's on there, if I know what it is, I got it in my inventory, so if you ask me, I could tell you if I got it or not. I've been in business since 1990, I guess. You know, slowly started out, and I sell any kind of part that I got. You know, anything I got's just about for sale, and I set up at some swap meets, and I sell a lot online. I probably sell more out of the not out of the United States, but out of my state than I do in state. But I do get a lot of sales from around here. I try to sell people what they need. Not, you know, if they ask me if this will fit a certain car and I don't think it will, I won't just sell it to them, say it will. I tell them exactly what it is and how rough it is, and you know, I try to be honest with everybody, treat everybody like I want to be treated.
So David, you've got so much stuff here to look at, so many little bits and pieces of interest. For example, these lights here in front,
yeah.
What are these off?
They're off a 30 to 32 Packard.
They're beautiful, absolutely
yeah,
beautiful.
they're the biggest set of headlights I've ever owned.
Yeah.
They're pretty neat.
And I love the little illuminated section in the back of each lamp.
Yeah.
In the casing where, so if the light went out.
Yeah, they can tell if their lights are burning or not.
Isn't it amazing? Well, David, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for today, for the opportunity to come here and showcase a little of what you do. And I've got a lot of time for a guy like you because you're one of the little guys in the industry and work from home, no staff, and making a living just on what you got here in your yard and people calling up and after parts. And, you know, that's, I have to commend you on that.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice to meet you, and nice to walk around with you.
Well, thank you, David. Appreciate it. So contact details now on the bottom of the screen for you to get in touch with David if by chance you need anything. And if you're in Loretto, Kentucky, well, I know he'll open the door and show you around. So David, it's been a wonderful opportunity, and I want to thank you once again.
Thank you, Fletch.
You're welcome. I hope you have enjoyed this grassroots episode of David Lyon, owner of Lyons Vintage Junkyard, the little guy in central Kentucky, doing his bit to supply and keep our classics on the road and preserved. And what a great guy to have spent the day with. There'll be more content coming your way from the United States on next week's show. And of course, it's a big thanks to Shannons. In the meantime, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch. Thanks for watching.
Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons. Sign up to become a member of the Shannons Club, Kenworth Trucks Australia, Pace Farm Eggs, and Dasmac, shipping your classic car from the world to your doorstep.